Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please like, share, comment. If you have any questions, just comment. Ask your question down below. We're pretty good about responding and giving people the latest and most updated information. At the end of the video, we're going to try to answer 3 questions. 1, when is my stimulus check coming? 2, if I'm self-employed, can I file unemployment? And then the 3rd question we're going to answer is, if I'm a homeowner, should I still be paying my mortgage? Or if I'm renting, should I still be paying the landlord? And so please go all the way to the end of the video to hear those 3 answers to those 3 questions. And make sure you subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. First thing I want to do is break down and kind of give you an idea of the 3 different areas that the IRS is looking at of who should be getting a stimulus check. First category, if you filed your 2018 or your 2019 taxes, if you made $0 to $75,000 on your taxes, you should get your $1,200. If you're a couple, married filing joint or married filing separate, from $0 to $150,000, you should be getting $2,400 or $500 per dependent that you filed on your taxes. The other stipulation is any amount over that approved amount of either $75,000 or $150,000. For every $100 over those amounts, they're going to take $5 away from your stimulus check. There's some other rules in place. If you file head of household, that limit may be extended by, I think, about $25,000. The other thing, so that's the first category. Second category, if you're on Social Security, disability, Medicaid, Medicare, something like that, VA benefits, you don't have to do anything. They already have your direct deposit information. You should be getting that deposit pretty soon. They have uploaded a portal. We're going to just put the links down below. They have given a portal, so in the event that you have any dependent or anything like that that you can claim on your taxes 16 or below, you can add that dependent information and get you an extra $500. The third category they're looking at is if you didn't file your taxes. So if you wouldn't have been required to file taxes, maybe you're a student, maybe you didn't work for 2018, 2019, then you actually need to go file. You can just file what they call for a economic impact payment. Most tax offices I know are doing it for free. And the other thing I did want to talk to you guys about was if you haven't received your money. So 1, if any of these 3 categories, if you haven't received your money, there's something they call a bank product. Most 99% of most tax offices are working with a IRS third-party bank. There are about 7 of them approved through the IRS. MetaBank is one of the big ones. You got Republic, you've got Santana. So if you're working with one of those banks and you're a tax preparer, they usually insert themselves into the tax process, right? So they say, hey, if you don't want to pay your tax fees to the tax preparer up front, or if you want to qualify for some sort of an advance or loan based on your tax return, they say, hey, the IRS can send us your refund check. We'll pay your tax preparer. We'll send your money either direct deposit, or the tax person can print out a check in their office. We charge you some bank fees for doing that. Receives your direct deposit. The IRS has that third-party bank on file. They have their information as well as your information. Well, they mistakenly sent over, I want to say it was maybe like 3 or 4 million taxpayers money to that third-party bank. One of those 7 banks, whether it was MetaBank, Republic Bank, you've been seeing stuff on the news. So they incorrectly sent your stimulus checks to that third-party bank. That third-party bank isn't by law allowed to release non-refund checks. That third-party bank had to send that money back to the IRS and waited for the IRS to then send that to the correct information. Turns out the IRS inadvertently did the same thing again this week. So if you're, then they updated the system to say you're going to get it on the 24th, which is this coming Friday. On the IRS system, they put on there that they're going to send your money right back to that same bank. Well, the IRS did finally come out and state that that information was incorrect, that they actually going to be sending it via the mail to whatever address you have on file. So if you're checking the IRS's site, stop checking the site, go check your mailbox. The money could actually already be in the mail. I know at least 15 people that said they got their checks today, even though the site says it's going to be either mailed out on the 24th, or the site said that it was going to be sent to that third-party bank account again. Just check your mailbox. That's all I can say. Just check your mailbox. Checks are arriving, so just be patient. The IRS did acknowledge they sent that information incorrectly, that they wasn't sending it back to that account, but they're updating their website to that portal so it can reflect the correct information. And then the last, I do want to address those last 3 questions. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. So if you haven't, where's my stimulus check? Again, we're going to put the links below. Click on Get My Payment. Go to irs.gov/Get My Payment. You should be able to input your information in. If that information said is going to a third-party bank, don't worry, don't panic. People still been receiving their checks. If your address, if you don't know what address you gave the tax person, if you don't know, if you don't live at that old address, do not waste your time trying to contact the IRS or see if your tax person can update your address. They can't do it. The IRS isn't answering right now. So the best thing for you to do is go to your local post office or go online to USPS, forward your mail. If you had an old address that you may not have access to or something like that, you just need to forward your mail. I think the US Post Office charges you $1 as long as you got a credit card or debit card and your name on it. Just forward your check, maybe 2 or 3 days, but that's the best way for you to get your stimulus check. And the second question, if you actually are self-employed and you can you file for unemployment? Normally, no. You would have had to be a W-2 employee. You would have had to that your employer would have needed to pay unemployment tax and stuff like that. But they made it where if you're self-employed, you can go ahead and file them. And then lastly, people want to know about should they be paying their mortgage? Should they be paying their rent? Most mortgage companies have the ability to give you some sort of a deferment on your mortgage. So you can't just not pay your mortgage for the next couple of months. You need to call your mortgage company, let them know that you're either want to see if you can qualify for a deferment or an extension. Different mortgage companies have different rules. They will give you that extension, but you want to just be clear on what option that they have available for you. So you just want to get clarity on that. Some mortgage companies are giving you the option of not paying during this 2 to 3 month period. I know some mortgages are even going up to 6 months, but at the end of that mortgage period, they're going to ask for that entire those missing payments all at once. So you just want to make sure exactly what option your mortgage company is giving you. You're not going to have to worry about getting foreclosed on, but you definitely want to make sure that you understand how that payment arrangement or that payment deferment is going to be working. If you are living or staying in an apartment complex, right now, again, that stimulus package that they're working on, that free $2,000 a month, we're going to do a second video that's going to specifically talk about that. But as of right now, that hasn't been approved. Most local municipals aren't allowing evictions, and so it is going to give you a little time to figure out what's going on. But as of right now, you are still required to pay your rent. You just want to make sure that you're communicating with your landlords. Again, they're not allowed in most municipals in most counties. Harris County, Dallas County, Travis County, most counties aren't allowing evictions. But you just want to make sure that you have that information and just communicate, talk through it with your local landlord. A lot of apartment complexes aren't allowing you to go in and make payments. They're requiring you to do stuff online. So you just want to be in communication. Don't spend that money. Just want to make sure that you just kind of have that money set aside, or you're working out something with your landlord until this whole thing gets resolved. But again, we're going to do a second video on exactly what that stimulus $2 trillion stimulus package is going to be including. I know they're working on something. We're going to go into a lot of detail about what that looks like and what that means for you. And then for you business owners, the $480 billion is coming down the pipeline. It's a second package. If you didn't get your money the first time, you definitely want to check out our next video. Subscribe to our channel. We're going to give you the information on what you can do. Make sure you're the first ones to apply for this new money that's being made available. They're voting on it tomorrow, so you want to be the first ones at bat. Watch this next video. You're going to love it. But again, subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like, share, drop any questions that you have. But the next video is going to be specifically for business owners. Whether you have employees, you can file for the payroll protection program, or if you just want to apply for the other, just stay tuned. We're going to have more information for you. Business owners, contractors, self-employed, 1099s, we got you. This is Phil Paul Knows.